Welcome back to Likewise Pod. I'm Issa.
And I'm Sam, and we're so excited for another episode this week. It's our first real episode of August, and we're so excited for Authentic August. Last week we had 2 mini-sodes, but today is our first guest episode of the month, and we're here with one of our favorite author and book besties, H.K. Green. So, I'll let you introduce yourself to our audience however you want.
Thanks, Sam and Issa, for having me. I'm H.K. Green, and I am a contemporary romance author, and I'm releasing my debut novel, The Pieces We've Lost, on August 6th.
Yes.
Amazing.
So excited.
I keep forgetting, sometimes this sounds so bad, I keep forgetting that it's not out yet, because, I think the second I got the package with the paperback, I was like, yes! And then now I'm like, oh, right, it's not out yet. I need to remind myself that. And when the episode comes out, there's still a little bit of time until the book's out.
I mean, it's also been, a long time since I've been done with the book, too. So it's been, 8 months already of promoting it.
So we're so excited because I think it was February when we all became friends, when you messaged us. Because I think it was, around when we were doing Week of Love. And that's when we all just, connected. And at that point, your plan was for the book to come out in 2025, which now that we're, here, I'm I don't know how we could have waited that long, so I'm so glad that you moved that release date up.
I don't think I could have waited that long either. That would have been a long time. So wild. If I had kept it as 2025, August, September, that would have been another 6 months.
That's a lot of months.
That's wild. I just remember when you kept messaging us, you're like, okay, so actually I'm moving it up again. Actually, I'm moving it up again. I was like, okay, so.
No, because I was like, okay, 2025. And then I was like, wait, no, fall 2024. I was like, no, just kidding. It's actually not. It's going to be in August. And then I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm not going to move it up anymore. But then I was
Final
like, wait,
offer, August.
Should I move it back? Or move it up again? I feel like most people have the issue of, they move it back because they're not done editing.
Yeah.
But no, my problem was I kept moving it forward.
You're just too good.
Just write fast.
Oh my gosh, so good, so fun. But before we get into the pieces we've lost anymore, obviously we're going to start this episode as we always do. So Sam, what are your roses and thorns for the week?
Okay, so my thorn is active. I currently am in a multi-day migraine situation, and the pain, the actual headache migraine vibe is going away, which is my sign that I'm entering the post migraine where many of things could happen. So I'm very scared that I kind of have the signs that I'm maybe gonna have another vertigo spell like I had last month or the month before. I cannot remember. I think it was June. I'm scared of that happening, but I feel okay right now, and I think I'll be able to make it through tonight just fine. So it'll be a surprise for the morning. And then my rose, so many things. I've been in a little reading slump a little bit just from having a lot of writing pressure going on, but the thing that's been really exciting I think has just been knowing that so many people's releases are happening right now, and getting cutie packages and things. Right now I have my physical book with me, and that's just so exciting. I love looking at it and holding it, and I was telling you both the other day, I was something about the thickness of the pages is different, or and then I realized I haven't just held the paperback book in a long time, but I was it just scratches my brain just right, it feels right. So I just am so excited to be reading the physical version of the book. That's very fun. And I'm about to, since I committed to something because Issa's gonna be at camp, I'm beta reading for someone because I have we're not going to be recording or anything that week, so I'm like, I can do the fast turnaround, so I'm going to beta read a book, and I'm really excited because it's one that I'm excited for, so that'll be fun. But those are my roses and thorns. HK, what are yours?
I'll start with my thorn. My thorn was this morning. So where we live, like I live in a condo, but it has a fenced-in backyard, but we have a gate out the back. And the problem with it is like there's no lock on it. Or we have a padlock, but we don't put it on because you have to lock it from the inside, and then if you're outside it, you can't unlock it. But the door or the gate opens outward. So this morning, I was just sitting on the couch minding my own business, and my dogs were out in the backyard, and they somehow got out. Like my dog jumped up onto the gate, unlatched it, and pushed it out. And by the time that I realized that they had gotten out, because I opened the door and I was like yelling for them, like, dogs, come in. But they obviously weren't because they were gone. But the time that I realized was like 5 minutes before I had to leave for work. So I had to wake up Chisholm, my boyfriend, and be like, oh my gosh, the dog's gone out. And so he had to go find them, and I was like crying on my drive to work because I was like, oh my gosh, what if they get hit, because we live right by a highway. So that was my thorn. But luckily, they're fine. But that's how I started my morning. Is
Oh my goodness. What a roller coaster.
It was a Thursday, I guess. Yeah. But my roses, I guess the fact that my dogs came back all okay is a rose in itself. But talking to you guys, I know that I've been looking forward to this for literally months, because we've been talking about it for months. So that's very exciting. And then this morning, I just opened up my shop on my website for signed copies, and I already have orders coming in. So I'm so excited to just pack them all up. I organized all of my prints and stickers and bookmarks yesterday too. I went to Target and bought a ton of stuff for it. So that's exciting. But yeah.
Love. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. No, when you sent us the picture of like your little packing station with all your stuff, I was like, I'm obsessed with that. I love me some stationery and organization and like all the stuff. You would not guess that by looking at my spaces, but I do love it. Oh my gosh, I had to write mine down because I was like, I don't even know what I'm thinking of. Okay, so my thorn, I have so many books to read, and yeah, like Sam said, I'm going to camp next week, so like not a lot of time to read them before I do that. And then also the Olympics are going on, so really not a lot of time to read. And yeah, I'm just like not prepared for life right now. So just so many things to do, not enough time. Like I'm just a girl. How do they expect me to do this? I don't know. But my rose is, oh my gosh, I'm going to camp next week. I'm such a camp girly. Like I love camp. And it's not like a weird adult camp. It's like a youth camp. I'm a cabin leader, but don't get it twisted. It's not a weird thing going on. Dang. No, that's crazy. I've been talking about it camp like the past couple weeks, and what if people are just like, oh my gosh, Issa's going to an adult camp? Oh, Issa's gonna be a camper. Oh my gosh, absolutely not. Anyways. Yeah, no, and like literally recording with you, HK, I'm so stoked for this because yeah, like you said, we've been talking about this for months, and we're so stoked that it is finally here and that we finally get to talk to you and pick your brain and just like learn all things, the pieces we've lost, and just like get to know more behind the scenes and like just little bits that
things we don't know how many there's gonna be, but we will see. No, I literally now I'm just thinking about, because of roses and thorns, one, thinking about how much I love going to the post office, because you're talking about like packing your signed copies or whatever. Everyone at work always tells me, they're like, you're wild for loving like packing and shipping and post office errands, and I'm like, no, they're so fun to me. And then the other thing, yeah, I'm just a girl at work. I was talking about something and my coworkers, they said, yeah, girls just can't write books anymore. Why can't girls just write books anymore? And because we were all talking about how we're like stuck at our 9-to-5 job and we can't be like writing books or whatever. And so we're just like, we can't write books anymore. We're just girls. But some of us can write books, and that you did. So before we get into more questions and things, we figured we would talk. We would just talk about some promo for The Pieces We've Lost. Any kind of synopsis you want to give about it. Synopsis is a scary word, not even real blurb. Release date, which we've already talked about, and where people can get themselves a copy.
Yeah, like give my whole elevator pitch or whatever. No,
Yeah.
just kidding. Just read you the whole entire blurb.
Yeah,
Read us the whole
read
book
us off
right
the
now.
back of the book.
I will. I have copies right now. I'll just read you the whole thing. It can just be an audiobook podcast.
Right.
No. Okay, but so The Pieces We've Lost, the release date is August 16th, and it follows two people, Coulter and Ellison. Ellison is the daughter of a former rodeo world champion, and she avoids rodeo because of trauma that happened in her past. Her father died in a tragic rodeo accident when she was 8 years old. So the book is set in present time is 15 years after the accident happened. So she lives in Texas, does not want to be involved with rodeo or cowboys in any way, shape, or form. And then the other person is Coulter, and he is a team roper from Montana. He's basically everything that Ellison doesn't want in her life. But by chance, they run into each other in a bar the night before. The night before the anniversary of her dad's death, because she goes to the Houston Rodeo once a year, just on that day, and that's like the only rodeo she'll ever attend. But they run into each other at the bar, and then just kind of goes from there. They fall in love. Spoiler alert. Just kidding. It's a romance book.
No.
So it has a happily ever after.
I didn't know that.
Could you imagine?
It's
though,
true,
if
I'm
it
not.
was just like actually they don't fall in love. But no, it's a story about healing and falling back in love with things that you loved in the past and didn't think that you would ever fall in love with again, and just learning to heal with each other. And then where to get a copy. It'll be available on Kindle Unlimited as the ebook. And also I'll have paperbacks through Amazon, and hoping to get paperbacks in Barnes & Noble and any other online retailer where you would get paperback books. And then, like I mentioned earlier, I have signed copies on my website. So I have just signed paperbacks, and then I also have signed paperback bundles. So that comes with character art, stickers, bookmarks, all of that fun stuff. And then I have all of the character art and bookmarks and everything separate too.
Yes. Love that. We can assure you, you want the bundle. You want the character art and you want the stickers because they're just so good.
Yes.
Like, it's so funny. I did not think I was going to be like a character art person, and the more that I get or like buy, like a couple months ago I bought one and I was like, I didn't ever think I was going to like buy one because like I've never felt so like pulled to get it. And then now every single time my friends post theirs, I'm like, I actually need this right now. Like, I want this up in my room more than I want pictures of like me with my friends.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, wait.
That I was a character art person until like I became an author, because now all I spend my money on is character art. Like,
right.
So much.
Actually, I've heard that from like so many different authors too, which is so funny. Okay, but also quick story about the PR package.
Oh yeah, please.
I was so scared. Okay, so got it. Loved it. Amazing. And I put it away. And then so yesterday I pull out the Pieces We Lost to start reading it, right? And then I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, where's all my stuff? Other than the book and the tissues. That's all I could find, like right above my bed on the shelf. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm like looking all over. I'm like, what the heck? Where did my stuff go? I'm like, listen, I know my room's messy, but I didn't realize it was that messy. Like, what is going on? So I'm just like sitting there. I'm like trying to rack my brain. I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever. And so like I start reading, but all I can think about is like where my stuff went. Like where like the bookmarks and the character art and the stickers, like where did all this stuff go? I have no idea. And then so I get up and I look around and I'm like, and then it hits me. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I might have put it all back in the bubble mailer to like keep it all in one place. And I'm pretty sure I tossed that bubble mailer. And like the trash comes on Tuesday mornings. So like trash truck, it's gone. Like all that stuff is gone. I was like, you're kidding me. No, I was so sad. And then so like I sit back down. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like I feel so bad. Like that's so much money like down the drain. Like I'm so sorry. I was never gonna tell you this. Like this is awful. So I text Sam this whole story. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't
panicking.
Like, I'm stressed. I'm like, I feel awful. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like there's nothing I can do because it's gone. And so like I'm reading and it's still just like in the back of my mind. So I'm like, okay, I'll look again. I look, I find the bubble mailer. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I didn't throw it away. I look inside, nothing. It's like, you're kidding. I was like, what the heck is going on? And then so like I look around more, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I should put my books on my table away because I get distracted. Because I have like 15 books just stacked up right here next to me on my table. And so I like start looking through them. Underneath all of the stuff, like the bookmarks, the art prints, the stickers. I'm like, oh my gosh, I found it. I sent like Sam a series of texts. I was like, this is what's going on. And I said, update, found the bubble mailer, not in here. Final update.
Sitting here like crying over this story. Crying from laughter. It's okay.
No, literally, if he didn't find the stuff, like, this story would not be told.
Yeah, no, if I didn't find it, that story would not have been told.
You could have told me and I would have said new stuff. It would have been fine.
No, absolutely not. I'd be like, this is my life. I'm the worst.
Just goes to my website, orders yourself new ones. I'm like, why is she ordering more?
Oh, yeah, just to have extras. No, I was like, oh my gosh, it's just gonna be sitting in a dump now. I hope, like, the birds that raid that place like it or something. I don't know. I was really stressed about this whole thing. This was all in the span of 20 minutes, too. So at least there's that. It wasn't, like, hours-long venture, but anyways, sorry.
What a whirlwind.
So much to cover today, and that was not in the plan.
Right. I'll find the text because it's so funny because usually whenever Issa texts me, I feel like I respond, like, so fast or whatever. But for some reason, I was doing something else, and so for like almost every single text, like I was not responding, and it was just like boom, boom. And I think it was only between like you being like, yeah, I found the mailer but nothing in it, and then until when you did find it that I had actually said anything in between. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah. I know. I was like, I know you don't need to know, but I need to tell someone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell HK, but I need to tell somebody.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Just know, if something happens, I will not be telling you.
Oh, goodness. Well, before we all yap about whatever our hearts desire, because we're a little scared that that's what we're gonna do during this episode, we'll at least try to stick to the questions a little bit. So our favorite place to start is with kind of like your background as an author, and obviously to us, you kind of had the reader to author pipeline, just like being involved in like the book community already, just like loving Bookstagram and things before you wrote a book. So when did you know you wanted to write a book or multiple books, and what was that transition like?
Yeah, so I didn't actually know that I wanted to write a book. Funny enough. It was really like a spur of the moment, very impulsive thing, because I'd been on Bookstagram a year before I started to write a book. I joined Bookstagram in 2023. I got back into reading in 2022, but then joined the book community and whatever the next year. And I didn't think that I would write a book. Like, that had never really crossed my mind. But it was just like, I was talking to one of my friends who I had become close to in the book community. She was talking about a book that she wanted to write one day. And I was going to the grocery store, like literally the most random, just ordinary thing. And I turned to Chisholm and just like deadpan, like, what if I just wrote a book? And then I did. I think it was like that night we both sat down and I was just telling him all my ideas, just shooting off all my ideas. He kind of helped come up with the idea too. And I wrote it in my notes. And I remember I looked back in my notes. It was July 13th. And the last thing that I added was at 10:55 or something p.m. So, like, I was thinking about this. And so it changed from a little bit from what I had written down because Ellison was originally going to be like a songwriter in Nashville. Coulter was always going to be a team roper. She was always going to have a deceased father. Like, that was really the first thing that I came up with for her character, just like with the development. Some other things changed. And then I just wrote it.
Like, I feel like this goes really well with the next one, is that, like, authentic is our theme for August. And if you haven't been listening or, like, you don't know, here at Likewise, since March, we've been doing kind of monthly themes, and what's more authentic than a conversation with someone? So authentic is our theme for August, and we think like that matches your personal brand as an author so well. But like you also speak to your life experience and how you want to portray a sense of authenticity in your writing when it comes to depicting like the Western rodeo ranching lifestyles. And so like, what value do you think this brings to your books?
If I had $1 every time that I started my sentence with "yeah," I'd be rich. But
Real.
I don't know, like, I think when I was thinking of writing a book, like, I don't think I ever thought, like, oh, I'm gonna write something that I have no idea about. Like, I'm not gonna write something that I don't know anything about. And I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but, like, I guess readers are the only ones that can really, like, tell. But I feel like it translates in the writing that, like, it's something that I know about, something that I'm passionate about. And this is super cheesy, but like I feel like it just, the value that it adds to it is just that it's so authentic and it's so real. Like, it's real life experiences, and I like a sense of realism to my books. Like, I know at the end of the day it's fiction, and most people read to escape, but I like that sense of realism and characters that I can relate to and that just feel so real because they make me feel seen. And so that's kind of what I wanted in my books, was to write a topic or like background for characters in the story that would make people feel seen and that they could see themselves in those situations, in those characters' shoes. Like, I feel like, I mean, even just after I started promoting my book, and especially after the blurb, because it says that Ellison's dad passed away in a rodeo accident, I had so many people messaging me, and when I opened up ARCs, I had so many people saying in their, like, why they wanted to be an ARC reader, that they had a parent who passed away either recently or in the past. And so I feel like that just goes to show, like, how so many people really connect to things that they can relate to and things that are actually, like, real.
Yes, definitely. Like, it's very much, obviously, write what you know. That's, like, the most commonly phrased thing, or what we hear the most from our friends when we talk to them. Just most people, especially with their, like, debuts, like, really stick to, like, their personal experiences and honestly surprise themselves, or like kind of when it's the situation of like you didn't know you wanted to write a book. So like sometimes when you just like start writing your first book for fun and you don't think you're ever going to publish it, like you accidentally maybe sometimes make it like so your life that then you're like, oh, should I like change some stuff? But yes, very much write what you know. And I think like just with how much you have like marketed and like talked about your book really having this authentic perspective. Like, it really has brought in that audience that is looking for that from the books they're reading. So it's very exciting. It's very refreshing to see, like, because I feel like so much, and I love it. I love myself some escapism and stuff, and I know we're all fantasy readers too here, and we all love that. But sometimes I feel like I just get so focused and, like, on Bookstagram and stuff, I'm only seeing things that I'm just like, wow, I'm so excited to read this story because it's so, like, unrealistic, and, like, you just, like, wow, like, it's so fun to imagine a life like this. Like, you get sold the One Direction. So, but I really, it's so refreshing to read, like, a very authentic story. So we feel like it's very on theme for us this month. But on the topic of, like, the experience of indie publishing as a whole, just things we've heard from all of our lovely indie authors who have been on before, when they talk about just writing what they know and giving that as advice. Is there, like, anything you learned you want to give as advice, or, like, advice you've gotten from other indie authors that have helped you?
I feel like this is probably an answer that a lot of people say, and it's something that I'm still working on. But just that you can't edit what isn't written. So if you're wanting to write a book and don't really know where to start, like, just write, because getting those words on the page is obviously so important to even having a book, because you can't have a book without having those words. The first draft doesn't have to be perfect, which is something that I, like, still have to learn because I'm a perfectionist and I always go back and edit. But just another thing is finding the process that works the best for you, because there's so many different ways to finish the first draft. Like, for The Pieces We've Lost, I didn't plot a single thing besides, like, my very basic outline. I wrote out of order, and I wrote as things came to me and then kind of filled in the blanks later. And when I first started out, like, I had author friends who I'm very grateful for the advice, but some of them were like, oh no, you have to plot. Like, that is absolutely essential to writing a book. And I was like, I just don't know how to. So I continued doing what I was doing, and I finished my first draft in 2 months, which was very fast, and is not the the experience that I'm having now with writing other ones. But finding the process that works for you, and then just knowing, like, even with people's advice and people's feedback, at the end of the day, it is your book, and you can take those things with a grain of salt, but you have the final say really in everything.
Yes, that's so good. That's such good advice. I mean, because Sam and I are in that right now. Like, we're writing and having other people read it and then getting their advice and their insights and stuff. And we're like, oh, we did not interpret it this way, but interesting. Or, like, just going through and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Like, yes, it is still our story, but also we should take people's insights into account, thoughts into account. But at the end of the day, it is ours, so we get to do whatever we want to do. And also, you can't edit what you don't write. It's so good.
Real.
So good.
Honestly, nobody has said that yet. Like,
yeah.
I feel like people have said similar things, but I feel like most advice, like, when we talk with other indie authors about advice, it's usually a lot of it is, like, focused on, like, comparison or, like, things, which obviously, like, finding the process that works for you versus what other people say to do is part of that. But yeah, like, I feel like I've not heard something like that from anyone. Like, can't edit what you don't write. Like, that's so good.
That's so good. We're definitely going to be remembering that.
I feel like just, just, like, having the book done is the most important thing, because I tend to get very distracted with, like, making graphics. I think with the first book,
procrastination.
It really was. It was bad. I didn't want to write, so I was, like, 20% into the book, and I was like, oh, I'm making these graphics, I'm making these teasers, not knowing that they're probably going to change, like, 80% of what, like, the words are in those teasers. But
yeah. I mean, kind of similar to just, like, things learned throughout the process. Like, what is your been your favorite part so far of like the process of indie publishing? Like, I mean, I guess the book isn't exactly out yet, but I don't know, people have it in their hands. The ones that you sent.
Yeah, no, and I have arcs out as of right now. So I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's good, but also a little bit stressful. Just like it's out there, like people have it. But just hearing from people like how much that it's I don't feel like changed their life is very dramatic. But like how much they resonated with it. I literally had somebody yesterday, one of my ARC readers, she messaged me and said that I was one of her new favorite authors. And I cried. Because I was like,
That's so sweet.
one of my goals, one of my Delulu author goals was to have my book be somebody's favorite book of the year. And I feel like just having somebody say like, oh yeah, you're like one of my new favorite authors, like is a step in that direction. But she was also just like, this is your debut novel, right? Like that's so hard to believe. Like your writing style is so good and I love it so much and I can't wait for the rest of your books. So just hearing from all of the people that are reading the book and then just like making those connections with readers has been obvious, or not obviously, has been honestly one of the best parts. Like I mean, I wouldn't, if I hadn't become an author, I wouldn't have met you guys either. So like that's something to think about too. And I wouldn't have met my PA or some of my other closest friends. So I think that's just been my favorite part, just the connections that I've made.
So sweet. Like that's always the favorite part, like for us too, with like everything we do. Like everyone always asks like podcast favorite thing and we're like literally people, like relationships. It always is relationships. Like as fun as other things can be, like yeah, like making the posts or whatever and just but it's always comes back to that community aspect. And I love that person was so sweet for saying all of that. It almost like getting reviews and feedback so early like that, I think makes such a difference because it kind of gives you like more of that like initial confidence, like at a time when like you're the most vulnerable because like so many people did just get access to read. So it's like, wow, like it is getting really real. And so for someone to say something like that is so like motivating to just like, you know, keep your mindset positive and know that like your goal is very realistic and likely. So I love that. Oh, this is like one of our favorite questions, and I'm prepared for this question also. So we love to ask if you have a favorite line or moment that you've written, and after you share yours, I'll share one of my things I've tabbed already, even though I'm not done with the book yet, because I really like it. And honestly, I can't remember and I didn't look, but I'm like, I feel like this is something you've posted on socials before, so it's going to be nothing new, but it did get a tab from me. And I don't usually annotate, so something.
I feel special. Okay. I don't want to say what my favorite line is. Like
Boo.
what my actual absolute favorite line is. Well, you know what? You can boo me all you want, but you haven't even gotten there yet, so
Fine.
But it's one of those lines that's like you just read it and you're like, I don't know. At least I wrote it and I was like, dang, that's good. And maybe that's like tooting my own horn, but whatever. But that's like that quote is the one where the title came from. So take that as you will. I'm trying to think of like the other quotes. Like I feel like I saw this, sorry, this is completely random and not really related, but I saw a thread the other day that was like they should do like reader versus author trivia about the book, and Emily McIntyre like responded to it and it was like, my readers would literally beat me in that because I don't remember anything. And that's like how I feel right now. It's like I don't remember anything that happened in my book. But I really liked writing the rodeo scenes those were just really fun to write. I feel like in a lot of cowboy romances that I've read, there's not a lot of like actual rodeo. Like they say that they go to the rodeo and whatever, and there is that aspect of it, but like not the where you actually see them competing in the sport. And that's something that I love, like in sports romances, is when you see them competing. So like writing those rodeo scenes was so fun for me because I just felt like I felt like I was in it in some of them. There's one where it's like pretty high stakes, high tension rodeo scene, and it just felt like I was there. So I really loved writing those. And then I'm trying to think of like literally any quote that I've written besides the one that's actually my favorite that I could actually recite.
It just means they have to read it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. I'll give you half of the quote. That's my favorite. I'll give you one line of it. It starts with, "Grief was a funny thing." So that's the quote. That's the start of that quote.
I'll know when I get there then.
Yes.
I'll like read that and be like, oh, it's the start of the quote. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, first, I tried to like, I don't ever tab with like physical tabs. Usually like I try sometimes, or like with certain books I do. And because there's so many colors on here, I'm like, oh, I can try and like do a color system even though I never tab in my life. So like, one, I'm not going to remember the color system. But I tried, I think. I don't know. And so currently this is tabbed with purple because I was trying to do like anytime it's like the main characters talking about each other, like if it's like they're describing the other person, I was trying to do purple, so that's why this one's purple. So I feel like you've definitely posted this because I feel like maybe I recognized it and that was part of it. But very early on, it's Coulter thinking about Ellison. So of course I'm gonna swoon. And it says, she was both day and night, sunlight and shadow, with her warm features, yet cool, intense eyes. Eyes that could burn holes through a man's heart. I was a goner. And I was just like, tab, get me a tab! Like, that was an instant, like, I need to come back to this one. Because I just loved that. I love early on, like, quotes of, like, what people are thinking about the other person before they really have a relationship with them. So.
It was also just literally so down bad for her.
He's so down bad.
I was talking to another ARC reader, though, I think yesterday or the day before, and she was laughing about how Ellison in the beginning, because Issa in the book, not likewise Issa.
I was like,
obviously.
What did I do?
No, book Issa, her best friend, Isabel. I'll just call her Isabel. She's a hopeless romantic, and she likes reading romance books, and she's always trying to get Ellison to read her books, right? And Ellison's just like, no real life man actually thinks like this. Like, she's like, no guy is gonna think about how the sunlight reflected, or like her eyes sparkled like sunlight reflecting off of the water. And then you get this quote where he's literally just like, she was beautiful, but like in the way that the sunlight hits the mountains. It's literally like proving that he's obviously fictional because it's a book, but like hypothetically, if he was real, like that this real life man is actually thinking this, and it's just like the irony in it all.
That's so funny that you say that, because my other tabbed page that I thought about reading was that I LOL'd at she tried to get me to read them once, like saying it might help me with my unrealistic standards, whatever. There was no way a real man would, wow, I can't read right now. There was no way a real man actually thought the way fictional ones did. Literally tabbed. Like, I almost read that too, just now. That's so funny.
A man written by a woman.
Literally.
Truly.
My favorite man.
What's funny though is like Chisholm actually gave me a few lines for the book. Like, I was stuck, and I was asking him, like, how should I continue this? Like, the whole Baby Blue line, like, Baby Blue, huh? Kind of like the George Strait song when he first sees her and sees her eyes. That was literally from him. That did not come from my brain. That came from a man's brain.
I love that.
I love moments like that when people have stories where they're like, yeah, actually, like, my partner contributed to this. Like, they, like, said something and I was like, that'd be so good in the book. Because, like, once you're, like, I like that it's, like, you specifically asked about it, too. Because, like, sometimes, like, I find myself, like, my friends will be telling stories or something, or just someone will say something and I'm like, I should put that somewhere. Because it just sounds, like, good because you're just, like, in the writing mindset. But it's, like, fun that, like, you actually prompted him with that and he just whipped it out.
Yeah, he was telling me that he should get writing credits for it because he gave me so many lines.
Why is that literally Issa's sister?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, she said that to us.
So funny. Like the accident that happens in the prologue, that literally happened to him. So, I mean, I feel like the characters and like the storyline is more taken from his life than it is my own. So maybe he should get writing credits. I don't know. He's in the acknowledgements. I feel like that's good enough.
Oh my gosh. Wait, actually, perfect. Because kind of on the note of like characters, is there a character you've written that you relate to the most?
I feel like the obvious answer to me is Ellison, just because I kind of just projected myself into her. Like how you were saying, Sam, earlier, that when you're writing your first book, sometimes you make the characters a little too similar to your life. She's not similar to me in like that she has parents that aren't alive anymore, because both of my parents are still alive, but she's like me in the way that when I was writing those emotions, I wrote it kind of in a way that I think that I would react if I was in those situations. So it was like, I feel like that just makes it that much more vulnerable, though, a little bit. Just because, like, if people are like, oh, I hated Ellison so much, like, she overreacted, I'm like, oh, dang, that's how I would react. I feel like there's pieces of myself in all of my characters, but right now, I would say that Ellison is a character that's most like me. But I have a feeling that that will change in the future.
Interesting. And
Sneaky.
ominous.
Very.
That's so real, though. I love that. I was kind of thinking about that all the time. And I do this every time I read a book, too. I try to think about, like, who do I relate to the most, like, from this person's book? Or, like, especially, like, in a series, it's so fun to, like, keep moving on to, like, other books and being like, wait, I thought I was this person, but, like, now I think I'm actually this person.
Yes.
So that is always, like, fun to see, like, as it keeps building and growing, like, if you're gonna find yourself actually relating more to someone else down the line. So that's so exciting. We love talking about your book, and like with authors we love like hearing all about like the behind the scenes of their book, but also sometimes it's so much more fun to talk about like our lives as readers and just recommending books and things. So one of our favorite questions, selfishly because it gives us recommendations sometimes, is if you have a book or multiple books that you would recommend to everybody.
You probably won't get very many recommendations out of me for this, because I'm pretty sure that you're either reading them or you have read them. But okay, I'm gonna categorize it, okay, because I have multiple.
Perfect.
For like a really cozy, like comfort read, Out on a Limb, by Hannah Bonham Young. I love that book so much. Like, I'm not usually a fluffy, like lighthearted book reader. I like a little bit of angst. But that one was just so cozy, and I just loved it so much. And it was actually like, it was really funny. Like, I laughed out loud multiple times. So I enjoyed it. I feel like my humor is similar, so maybe that's why, because I could relate. Um, and then sports romance, Unsteady by Peyton Corinne, obviously.
Yeah.
Love that book. For like angsty emotional romance that will have you literally staring at a wall for 20 minutes after you finish the book, and questioning your life. The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. Check the content warnings on that one because it's very sad and it's pretty much trauma throughout the entire book. Never really gives you a break, but I love that one so much. I cried for 20 minutes, and it takes a lot for me to sob with a book. Like, occasionally I'll tear up, and, like, maybe one tear will fall from my eyes, but, like, not sobbing. And then fantasy, because I just finished the Throne of Glass series. I will probably always recommend that, and I think I like Throne of Glass better than ACOTAR, actually. But Kingdom of Ash was another one that I was, like, constantly just crying. I cried in the first 25% of the book, like, consistently, and then I didn't in the middle, and then the very end, I, like, could not stop crying. I would read, and then I'd stop for a moment, and then I'd read something else, and I'm like, oh, I'm crying again. I just haven't stopped. But those are my recs.
Gosh. Yeah, I'm like 40% into Kingdom of Ash right now, and I've not cried once, like the entire series. And I'm so annoyed. I really thought I was gonna cry like way earlier and like by Empire Storms, but didn't. And now I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I teared up a little bit, but no tears. But I'm excited for the end when I do cry. Hopefully.
Do you cry in other books?
Yes.
Like, are
I
you a
saw-
crier? Oh, that's
I'm a big
weird
crier.
then.
No, oh my gosh, like all of ACOTAR, I was sobbing.
That's like that's
Big tears.
That's odd because I'm
I
not
can show you
normally a
receipts.
crier. I'm not normally a crier, and Empire Storms and Kingdom of Ash made me cry.
Dang,
Interesting.
you're living my dream life.
That's so funny. Those were good recs because I've only actually read one of those books out of everything you recommended, so more for my list.
Yeah, same. Oh yeah, my turn.
Hi.
Sorry. So on the opposite end of books that you recommend to absolutely everyone is like, are there any books right now that you're just like can't wait to get your hands on? You're just absolutely like itching to read.
Physical TBR.
Real. Make sure to light those
No,
candles
I can't
too.
think of a single. Please. You know, I have stopped buying candles for a while. I've been really good. But I
Interesting.
do have a lot of candles. We're just not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to bring that up.
She has more candles than books.
Probably, honestly. I probably do. Maybe I'll send you a picture of my candle collection. You can post it for your social media promo for this.
Right. That's all we post for the episode.
If you want to hear all about
More
HK Crane's
candles?
candle collection, listen to the episode.
More candles and books. Just stops talking about books and pulls out all the candles. This one is this one. No, okay. But I actually cannot think of a single new release coming out besides my own. So, that's
Real.
sounds really bad. But like none of them for like for the end of the year. Like I can think of the ones that are coming out in 2025. Like I'm excited to read Onyx Storm. Even though I didn't really like Iron Flame.
Oh my gosh. I cried during Iron Flame.
But okay. I cried too, but I didn't like it as much as Fourth Wing. Okay,
I loved them both
books
so
that
much. Sorry, not me.
Books that I really want to get to before the end of the year. Just let me look at my bookshelf for a sec. The Boys of Tommen series because I've heard literally so much about it. And Binding 13, I own all of them. One of my toxic traits, or maybe a beige flag, I don't know, is that I buy the entire series before I read the books, usually. So I have the entire Boys of Tommen series. So I want to read that. I also want to read Funny Story by Emily Henry. And I've been telling myself that I'm going to read it, but I haven't. And then there's so many of them. I want to read Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. She indie published it and then she got picked up for trad, and she's just so sweet. I've talked to her a couple
looks so
times.
good.
She told me that my pitch for my book, because I told her what it was about, she told me that my pitch was really good, and so that makes me feel really good about myself now. But hers is one that I really want to read. I want to finish the Zodiac Academy series. But yeah, literally all of my physical TBR that I need to read instead of the Kindle Unlimited books that I'm reading.
Yeah.
That's so real.
That's so real. Like, the physical books are there for, like, the collection. But also, it's, like, it's so hard, too, that, like, they get so neglected because a lot of times it is books you really want to read so bad, but there's just, like, something about, like, a Kindle Unlimited book.
I read faster on Kindle than physical books, and I think that's part of it. And I just don't like... I like reading physical books, but my hands get tired holding them. Especially if they're really thick. And so a lot of my thick books aren't on Kindle Unlimited, so I read my Kindle Unlimited books first, usually.
Yeah. No. So valid. And, like, writing also changes, like, how you read so much. I feel like, because when you're taking time off writing, you want to read, or, like, when you are writing, sometimes you're like, I don't want to be reading because I'm writing. So, like, this is, like, a fun new question we started implementing. Do you have, like, differences between, like, tropes or, like, genres of books, like, you gravitate towards reading versus writing, instead of, like, favorite and least favorite tropes? We're leaning towards, like, oh, favorite to read versus favorite to write, because that just seems so fun.
You can also give us your least fave.
Right. Actually, no favorites, only least favorites.
Okay, only least favorites?
Just kidding.
But, like, seriously, a trope that I don't like, that I feel like everybody loves, is grumpy sunshine where the guy is the grump. I just can't. I can't deal with a grumpy guy. I don't know. I like Black Cat, Golden Retriever. I like my grumpy, sassy girls better. And I like to write them because they're like me. I'm writing a sunshiny character right now, and it's really hard because I'm like, but make her sassy, make her spicy, make her kind of mean, but she can't be. Oh, so I like writing Black Cat, Golden Retriever. I really like writing Hurt Comfort, just because I like the emotional angst. I'm a lot better, I think, personally, at writing emotions than, like, physical descriptions or, like, scenery, just because I can't picture what I'm writing in my head, but I can feel the emotions. So I like writing those. And then for reading, I love reading fantasy. Like, that's not a trope, but I just love reading fantasy, and I don't think I could actually write it, because I would love to write a romantasy, but it takes me 3 to 5 business days just to come up with a contemporary town name, so I don't think I could come up with a fantasy world name. And I don't have an original thought in my head for, like, fantasy. So
That's so real.
Right. No, fantasy's hard because there's so many elements to it.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I write what I like to read, though, too. Because I like reading grumpy girl, sunshine guy. So I'm trying to think of what I like to read, but don't like to write. I feel like I don't have very many, like, examples of what I like to read but don't like to write, because I've only written one book. Sometimes I like to read,
to the
like,
public's knowledge.
To the public's knowledge, yeah. my 5 unfinished work in progress that are staring at me right now. I like reading single point of view sometimes. Like the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. That one is single point of view, and I really liked reading that, but I don't know if I would love writing single point of view just because I like writing both sides. But what I like reading, that's not a trope. Fantasy. It's not a trope, but I like reading fantasy, but I don't like writing it.
I love that.
I think I prefer reading, I low-key prefer reading single point of view, actually. I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like them both, but I don't know. There's just something about knowing what's going on in the MMC's head. I'm like, yeah, give me more.
Right.
Makes me fall in love with him even that much more.
Especially when it's like an enemies to lovers or like a mutual pining.
Oh,
and they're like,
right.
They actually hate me. But then you get in the other person's head and they're like, I don't actually hate them.
Oh, I love you so much. But I need to pretend to
Just
hate
the tension.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited. Sorry, I'm so fake and I didn't finish the book before recording, so I'm really excited to finish. But I'm also really excited for the future. Is there anything that you would like to share about what's next after the pieces we've lost, like future progress, future projects, or the Road and the Rodeo series?
It's actually not a series. It's actually not a series. It is now a
Book
standalone.
one of one.
Yeah.
I'm actually just gonna be done. I'm not doing anything
Retiring.
else after this. I'm a one-hit wonder. No, but I have a lot planned. I have, like I said, 5 unfinished works in progress staring me in the face. Some of them are only like a paragraph, so like, but they're started. And I have about, not including the pieces we've lost, and then book 2 in the Road and the Rodeo series, which is currently with an alpha reader right now, where we like knocked out so many chapters today. We're just like collaborating, editing together, and it's so fun. So besides those 2 that are like written, I have like 18 more ideas. So I have, like, if I were to release 3 books a year, I have enough books to last me until 2030. So for all the readers, you better hope that I don't get bored with writing. I have all these ideas. But yeah, book 2 is in the editing process, and then I have kind of my schedule for 2025 planned out, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to release in the summer. So I'm going to do a early 2025 release, a summer 2025 release, and then a fall one if everything goes to plan and I finish writing by my deadlines. I can't tell you what they are, but they're coming.
It's so exciting though. Like, first of all, enough books to last until 2030.
Insanity.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of ideas. Like, it's my ADHD brain.
No, I love it.
I'll see something and I'll be like, ooh, that'd be a good book idea. Like, I was randomly, here's an idea that I haven't like plotted out or like outlined or anything. That probably won't happen for a long time, so you'll probably forget about it by the time it actually comes around. But I want to write a romantic suspense, like set like camping or like at a lake, and do like childhood friends to strangers, or like hate to strangers to lovers, and like make it romantic suspense with like only one hammock or only one tent instead of only one bed. So that was my random thought one day. I was like, ooh, camping. And then I want to write a track and field book too, and I don't know if that'll be college or Olympics, I don't watch the Olympics. Like, I haven't watched any of the Olympics, but, like, I feel like the Olympic Village would be such a good setting for, like, a romance book.
Bro. I've heard many stories about what goes down in the Olympic Village. Oh my lord.
Exactly.
Just be careful. There are lots of minors there.
True.
I'm just saying. No, wait, but that's so good. I love track and field. I love track and field.
No, the way you gasped.
I love track and field. I feel like people wouldn't expect that from me, but I really do. I did not.
It was because I saw a video, and I think I shared it to my story. It was like a pole vaulter, after he was done pole vaulting, like I think it was a professional pole vaulter, he like went up to the stands and he had a bouquet of flowers and he gave to his girlfriend, and I saw a reel of that and I was like, ooh, track and field. Yes.
Oh, I mostly love track, but like some field events, I'm obsessed. Like pole vaulting, all the jumping ones, those are so cool to me. I did track and field in middle school, not high school though. I wasn't fast, so I was like, I'm done with this. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, enough about me, not my episode. As I've just been talking about myself the whole time. Sorry, guys.
That's
I'm
fine.
actually the main
Go ahead,
character.
This is so much more fun.
She actually named
This-
Isabel Issa after me.
Right.
Definitely.
So, our last question that we have for you is very, very fun. We have been just getting so excited seeing you share about some of the signings that you are going to start going to in 2025. So, where can readers find you so far?
So, I'll be going to definitely 3, maybe 4 in 2025. 4th one is to be determined. To be announced, to be determined. But the first one that I'm going to, and tickets are currently on sale for that, so run if you want to meet me. If you don't, that's fine, whatever. But it's Readers of the Valley in Glendale, Arizona. That one is January 18th and 19th, I think. I'm hoping those dates are right, but like it's either I think it's the 18th and 19th. It's on my website.
Yeah.
I'll post a post about it later in the year about events that I'm going to, but that's the first one. The second one is Romance on the Prairies, and that one is in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And that one is May 3rd. Tickets are also on sale for that one right now. So if you're in Canada or you want to hop across the border to meet me, go buy tickets for that one. And then the third one is later in 2025. That one's in September 13th, Tennessee LitCon. And that one is in Kingsport, Tennessee. And tickets are not on sale for that one yet. Those tickets will go on sale in the fall, but there is a Facebook attendees group, and I think they're letting people in that aren't, like, even if you obviously don't have tickets. So yeah, those are the 3 that I'm definitely confirmed for. And then there's a 4th one that is to be determined.
So exciting. Oh my word. I love that. I'm stoked for you. Every time you like send it to us, I'm like, yes, I know her. Haven't met her in person, but I know her.
I was also just like shocked that I got accepted to so many. Because like I have 0 books out. Like
Hey,
even
almost.
as this airs, I have 0 books out.
Almost.
But yeah, almost.
Almost. So exciting. January is gonna like sneak up so fast, I feel like. The
I know,
summer
I need to buy
already
my
flew
plane
by,
ticket.
so-
Like it's literally already August. It's my
Oh my gosh,
It's my
yeah,
birthday
that's so
month.
true.
That's the other fun thing. I've been thinking about that. It's so fun that it's like right with your release.
It is. That's why
Like, together.
That's why I planned it as the 16th, because my birthday is the 18th. So celebrating a book release and my birthday in the same weekend Because, I mean, like, I'm one of those girls. Cries on their birthday every single year. But this year it'll be happy crying.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So exciting.
Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad that like we don't have any more like questions because this was so fun. We love just like getting to talk with people and like just I don't know, getting inside their brains a little bit. So this has been so much fun. Thank you for coming on and talking with us.
But no, it was so much fun, and it's like kind of surreal since we've been talking about it for so long. So I'm just like so happy that the moment finally came and we got to actually like all together all at the same time get on a call and talk about you. So it's so much fun. Thank you.
Yes. But it is unfortunately time to close the episode out, so we're going to do it again, as we always do with our song of the week. So Sam, what is your song of the week?
Okay, I unfortunately did not prepare for this question, but I will, oh shoot, I want to use this, but I feel like I've used this for Song of the Week before, so I'll find something else. Okay, my Song of the Week is going to be, oops, I just started playing music out loud. That's embarrassing. The Band and I by Maisie Peters, because that's one of the songs off The Good Witch that like I hadn't really listened to that much, because I usually just go and like listen to my faves, and I was listening to it earlier this week and I was like, wait a second, I love this song. So that's my song of the week. HK, what's your song of the week?
You know, I haven't actually listened to like any music this week. My super fan is gonna be really pathetic. But
Embarrassing.
this is, I know, so embarrassing. It's probably gonna be like 100 minutes max. I just haven't been listening to music. Like the only time I've listened to music is driving to work. But this song has been playing. Like I've heard it at least 4 times in the past 2 days. It'll probably be my number 1 song on Superfan, in fact. You Look Like You Love Me by Ella Langley with Riley Green. So that is my song of the week.
Love. Such a good song. I'm glad that it's getting the attention it deserves on socials, but also it's like you're all fake for only listening to this song, but whatever. Okay, my song of the week is surprise, another country song. Famous for a Heartache by Eli Winders featuring Vincent Mason. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. It's been a long time coming, and my friend and I have just been waiting for it for so long, and now it's finally out and we can enjoy it freely. And yes, I love it. It's so good.
I should have done country. What was I thinking?
Yeah, that's so fake of you. You literally knew HK was gonna be on the episode this week.
Pick a new one.
Redo.
Right. I'll pick a song from the book playlist. No big deal.
She goes, The Painter by Cody Johnson.
Right.
Not even on the book playlist, but yes.
True. It was just the first one that came to mind.
I go, okay, I'll pick a song from the book playlist. And then I just say On Purpose by Sabrina Carpenter.
I was thinking you were going to say Peace by Taylor Swift, but that one too.
That too. Oh my gosh. So funny. Oh my word. Well, thank you again, HK, for being on the pod. We're stoked that like we could make this happen, and stoked that it's here finally. But so sad that it's over. Sorry, I say stoked so much. But if you're listening and you don't follow her, make sure to follow her on Instagram at author HK Green, so that you're up to date on all things HK Green and the Rodeo and the Rodeo series and anything and everything else she has going on. It's so much fun. It's so cutie. I'm obsessed with your feed. I looked to it a lot. I'm like, dang, this is really cute. Maybe we should do something like this. Oh.
Yeah, I hope you know your posts are sent to like each other, like between me and Issa, being like, love this, love this, love this,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Low key, high key are the blueprint.
Good to know that you guys are just obsessed with me.
Right, we're just copying you.
Yeah, it's not a secret. Anyways. No, seriously, this was a blast. And I'm just really, really excited for release day and for everything that comes your way. Yeah, so that was super fun. And Sam and HK, I hope that you guys both just have a really great rest of your day.
Thanks, Issa, and likewise to you all.
Bye.